It was 11:47 p.m. when this phone call was recorded. What Jennifer Gledel said that night would become the chilling key to unraveling a brutal crime. In the quiet suburb of Cottonwood Heights, Utah, Matthew Johnson and his wife Jennifer appeared to be living a dream life. Their home, valued at over $1 million, sat peacefully among tree-lined streets. They had 3 children, ages 11, 7, and 5. On the surface, they seemed stable. Matthew was a soldier, a Green Beret in the Utah National Guard's Special Forces Unit. Brilliant, reliable, and respected, he had served his country for more than a decade. Jennifer was known as a quiet mother, often described as a homebody. Together, they appeared to be a strong family, admired by neighbors and friends. But appearances can be deceiving. Behind closed doors, the Johnson household was filled with tension, resentment, and secrets that would soon turn deadly. By July 2024, the marriage had reached a breaking point. Divorce was being considered. Jennifer accused Matthew of abuse, filing for a protective order. But when Commissioner Russell Minus reviewed the evidence, he saw something very different. The videos Jennifer submitted didn't show a woman in fear. They showed her as confrontational, even aggressive. Text messages revealed her repeatedly berating and demeaning Matthew, often trying to provoke him. In his decision, the commissioner dismissed Jennifer's request, describing the marriage as highly dysfunctional, one that should have ended long before now. It was a ruling that, in hindsight, would prove haunting, because by then, Jennifer had already chosen another path, one that would make divorce irrelevant. Matthew knew something was wrong. In his final weeks, his behavior changed. He told close contacts that Jennifer's actions had become disturbing, even frightening. At times, he avoided home altogether, sleeping at a National Guard facility to feel safe. He was ready to move forward, ready to file for divorce, ready to start again. But Matthew never got the chance, because Jennifer was keeping a secret. She wasn't just unhappy, she was living a double life. She had entered into an affair, and this wasn't just casual infidelity. It was consuming, emotional, and obsessive. On September 19th, just days before the murder, Jennifer showed her lover a Glock 19X handgun she kept in their home. At the time, he thought little of it. After all, military families often owned firearms. But prosecutors would later argue it was part of her preparation, a calculated move before she carried out her plan. On September 20th, 2024, tension in the Johnson home reached its peak. Matthew had discovered Jennifer's affair. The couple argued bitterly. Years of frustration and mistrust finally exploded. But by the early hours of September 21st, the house fell silent. Matthew lay asleep in their master bedroom, exhausted, unaware of what was about to happen. Jennifer picked up his own 9mm handgun. Standing over him, she pulled the trigger. Matthew Johnson, Green Beret, father of 3, never woke up again. What happened next was not a panicked reaction. It was chilling calculation. Jennifer placed Matthew's body into a rooftop storage container. She dragged it down the stairs, loaded it into the family minivan, and drove into the night. She destroyed his phone. She abandoned his truck in a nearby neighborhood. Then she drove north with his body. Somewhere in northern Utah, she dug a shallow grave. To this day, no one knows the exact location. When she returned home, she set about erasing the evidence. She scrubbed walls and carpets with bleach. She ordered a new mattress to replace the blood-soaked one where Matthew had died. The delivery arrived just days later. Her plan seemed meticulous, but her greatest mistake was yet to come. On September 22nd, Jennifer went to see her lover. She confessed everything. She told him how she killed Matthew, how she disposed of his body, how she cleaned the house, even how she had gotten bruises during the burial. Her demeanor was cold, almost casual. The confession terrified him. The woman he thought he knew was describing murder with no emotion. Shaken, he began recording their conversations, and those recordings captured some of the most haunting evidence in the case. He wasn't a person anymore. He wasn't Matt, Jennifer said in one call. In another, she compared herself to the Queen of Hearts. Off with their heads. Before Matthew was even reported missing, Jennifer was already speaking of him in the past tense. On September 28th, Jennifer finally called police. She claimed Matthew had left for a week and told her not to contact him. But investigators were already suspicious. Matthew's fellow soldiers had sounded the alarm when he failed to report for duty on September 23rd. His absence was not only unusual, it was unthinkable.